Let's do my hair real quick. Oh my god, it looks like shit. Alrighty. Why is my hairline messed up? Damn, okay. Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be posting a trade recap today. 2 trades actually, during Asia session. I kind of missed out on this trade. I don't want to say missed out because, you know why. 1800 new week opening, you know. My initial bias was bullish because we had a daily fair value gap up here that hadn't been swept, and the equilibrium was right here as well. Let me just show you real quick. Dude. Alright. This is the equilibrium. Let me just zoom in real quick. Yeah, it hadn't been swept, and it was basically the exact same spot, or not the exact same, just close to it, to the fair value gap. As you can see on the daily time frame, we went up, swept liquidity, broke structure to the downside. Where does price have to go to continue a downtrade or a downtrend, or just has a high probability of going, is to the upside. Since we are bullish on the weekly time frame, we were bullish on the hourly, we were bullish on the 4 hour, it had a high probability of going higher. And the draws in liquidity to the upside were initially, before price went all the way down here, we had these 2 draws in liquidity, plus this fair value gap to the upside, plus it was a draw, so 3 in 1 basically. I was initially going to be bullish, but then what does price do? Goes up, sweep liquidity, break structure to the downside. It fills this bearish fair value gap. Let me just trim my magneto. So it fills this bearish fair value gap and fills the equilibrium. This is a big ass wick. Fills the equilibrium as well. So where does price really want to continue to? Well, the draws and liquidity to the downside. We had these draws, or that was swept before. We had these draws, we had this draw to the downside. This was when price went all the way down to here, so this was still, you know, probably going to get swept because there was like, how much of a difference? It's like 0.8%. Okay, that can happen. So after getting these confluences, even though we're bullish, the daily was still bearish. It didn't really need to go and continue lower or continue higher to fill the fair value gap. It could definitely just continue a downtrend, as we see here. But even though I was out of the house and I couldn't even trade because my prop firm doesn't allow me to trade till 1900 of a new week opening, because during 1800 and 1900, during new week opening, the market is low liquidity. No, not a lot of people are at their jobs or some shit like that. I don't know. It just didn't allow me to. I just read it on Google. But I did manage to find this trade after I came back. For my time, it was like 2 a.m. So we filled this fair value gap after sweeping draws and liquidity. This is during the real market, or not during pre-market, because we could have took this trade off of pre-market sweep, as you can see at 1655, which was in Friday. But yeah. So we go up, sweep liquidity, fill the fair value gap, continue lower at 2040. What else? Yeah. After filling this fair value gap, what am I waiting for? Break the structure to the downside. I don't think I really came back until this, because after this fair value gap got filled, I was waiting for break of structure to the downside at 2045. Yeah, because the 2040 candle really closes at 2045. Because when a 4 hour candle closes, for example, let's say the 4 a.m. candle closes, it's really 8 a.m. was saying. But even though 2045, where was it? Yeah, this fair value gap got filled. Then 2040 we got a bearish confirmation to the downside. After this candle closed, it was 2045. So I was just waiting for a break of structure to the downside, followed by a confluence to get filled, either a break or block, fair value gap, or equilibrium. Bro. So what do I see? That get filled. I'm waiting for a break of structure still. We get that. Cool. Here's the issue. I got slippage. I entered at wait, when did I enter? I entered, this was the first trade, this was the second one. It was at 51, so 2051. So here's where I entered, right? I think I was on the 5-minute time frame because I wasn't bearish. Usually when I'm taking a trade against my bias, I wait for 5-minute confluences and then just trade on the 5-minute. Here's the gap, or wait. Continuation. Alright, whatever. I just entered here. Alright, my stop loss was at 6-1 or something. I think it was up here. The reason why I was up there because the 4 hour, it was closing before I entered. And if price was going to not break structure, it would go up here. So I put my stop loss, where did I put it? I think I put it like underneath here. So I'm on vacation, I'm using a laptop. I think I put it up here, or down there. Then I widened it a bit to like 6-1 just because I usually put my stop loss 5 pips, or 5 points above where it usually stands basically. So that was the first trade. I got stopped out at break even, and then I lost $10 on my IFA. So yeah, that's where I put my stop loss. Basically the same place. For the next trade that I took, I'll tell you why I was bullish, or why I took a long. After that, we broke structure to the upside at 2010. Let me just remove these drawings because they're really getting in the way. So I put my stop loss to break even after the first take profit got hit, which was, oh yeah, I forgot to explain that. Yeah, I had 2 take profits. Sorry if I'm nervous, this is like my first video, or my second video. I had 2 take profits. It was like it was like a 5-minute low. Yeah, it was this wick, because the wick was a 1-minute low. I usually like target, if like my hourly draws on liquidity are like a little widened, like I have a draw on liquidity like right here, then I have another draw all the way down here. I usually like to target both if it's like a high probability of both of them getting swept. Or like, let's say there's a small reach between them, but my stop loss is like tightened and I have a 1 to 5% reward. I usually take a 5-minute or 15-minute low or high, depending on the trend, and just, you know, use that as a take profit in between. Not like other people who, some people just use hourly draws and liquidity and just target those. I just targeted this, which was, you know, it played out in my favor. If I had just targeted this hourly low, price would have stopped me out on both, and I would have lost a lot, or lost, you know, lost the trade. But I couldn't take profit on my IFA because, so let me just close this. I couldn't take profit on my IFA because I was risking 0.01 watts, which is not a lot. So I can't split that into 2 partial profits, or into 2 trades. So that's really that trade. Let me just remove these. Here, we broke structure to the upside at 2110. I think, yeah, 2110, we broke structure to the downside, but what did we do? As we were doing that, we filled the fair value gap at the exact same candle. As you can see, we have this fair value gap that got filled. Okay, even if that got invalidated, we still had this fair value gap, which could be retested, even though it already got filled before. That still has to be invalidated in order for it to be a change in trend or a break of structure to the downside. That could have happened. So we did break structure to the downside, so I was waiting for a break of structure back to the upside, and we get that here. So I think I entered right here. Let me just check. Yeah, for this I entered at 5063 because my margin was really low. For this prop firm, I'm using two prop firms now. It didn't let me to enter the trade because I was using too much of a widened stop loss. I had my problem that I have is my stop loss is usually too large. You can see on this trade it was really big, you know. Whoa. Pause. I had two of a widened stop loss. So what I did was like basically tighten it on the eval, and then on the IFA I waited till price like gave me an entry, and then I started risking a little more just because I can enter the trade. I was really desperate to enter, I'm not gonna lie. But I did commit a lot of trading errors, like what is it called? Like fear of missing out, you know, that's the sort of stuff. But this trade really took a while. I ended up closing the trade, I think, like right here for a 1.7 RR. Let me just remember because I was using the 5-minute time frame. Yeah, I closed the trade right here, but my initial entry on the eval was down here. My stop loss was above the it was below here. I kept changing my stop loss for some reason because I didn't know where to put it, and I got a little scared. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I'll learn from that, you know, not do it again. I ended up leaving my stop loss at it was at 5063, so I put it to break even on both, even though I hadn't taken profit on both. I just left it at break even because this trade was going on for way too long. But I think my first stop loss was like 4-1 or 4-2. I can't remember because I would look at it from my phone, but I'm using it as a camera. But I think where I left my stop loss was above this gap after price continued higher, or below the wick, so like 5053. I think it was like right here because there's a candle right there. But anyways, price immediately went higher. Don't be fooled. I didn't get stopped out here. My trade finished right here. Sorry if I'm talking bad English. It's not my first language. So yeah, that's the trade recap. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you have a good day, and love you. See you later. Yeah, so I missed something. I missed to show you where my take profits were. I initially had 2 take profits, but the market wasn't really moving that much. I had this fair value gap, the end of the fair value gap, as my first take profit. Then I was going to target this daily fair value gap, the start of it. Or no, that was not it. It was this fair value gap. It was the start of this fair value gap. So I was gonna target all the way up to here, but you know, the Asian session moves cleaner but moves slower. Specifically for gold, you know. I think my stop loss before was here. I don't know why I keep talking about that, bro. But I'm pretty sure it was right here because I had a 1-to-2 risk to reward. The profit, I made $31 on here, and then on my eval, I think I made like about 68. Yeah, about $68. But at the end, my complete profit for MetaTrader, it was $19 or $18.97 to be exact. For my MetaTrader, it was, let me just remember, 68 plus 30, I think it was about $98. So yeah, good win on the day. That's up 2%. So yeah, stay tuned for next video. I'm probably going to be trading New York session, and yeah, see you later.